On May 10, 1869, photographer Andrew J. Russell took this photograph to commemorate the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad. 90% of the labor used to complete the Central Pacific Railroad were Chinese. But do you see any Chinese in this photograph? We see white laborers and contractors, but no Chinese. So why are they absent? Why have they been excluded from this photograph? Researchers at Stanford University discovered that there are two Chinese in the photo. One is looking towards the camera and the other is looking away. But because the shot was captured using long exposure photography, this photograph was not able to capture the faces of the Chinese laborers. Likely, they weren't able to stop working long enough in order to take the photograph. Chinese workers did the most dangerous and laborious jobs when building the railroad. In addition to laying track, Chinese workers used explosive to blast and cut through solid granite to create tunnels, cut down enormous trees to construct trestles or structural supports across deep canyons, and leveled roads. American labor contractors discriminated against Chinese workers based on race. White labor contractors gave Chinese workers the worst campgrounds. The Chinese even had to provide their own food. These attitudes certainly influenced photographer Andrew J. Russell's depiction of the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad. This photograph really only highlights this event as the achievement of white Americans. Finally, in 1919, three Chinese workers, Jing Cui, Huang Fuke, and Li Shao, were honored for their labor in the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad 50 years after its actual completion. These were three of the Chinese men who laid and hammered the last line of track to complete the Transcontinental Railroad. So maybe that photograph is more representative of the real story behind the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad. But the photograph we have here at the Museum of Chinese in America is a reminder of the history of exclusion and the struggles of Chinese railroad workers who lived over 140 years ago.